What you're seeing here is Samsung Dex mode. You've more than likely seen me use this on more than one occasion if I've ever recorded anything to do with my phone, because it's just easier to record a more desktop experience, but it's still Android nonetheless. But you're probably asking, what is Dex mode and how do I get it on my phone? Let's go in order. So the first question is, what is Samsung Dex mode? Samsung Dex mode allows your device to cast a PC-like experience to the big screen with the same apps you use on your phone every day. So what does that actually mean? Well, that'll be on the screen recording later on. But now you're probably asking, if I have a Samsung Galaxy phone, do I have it? You should. And this is where it's going to be. On your phone, swipe down from the top like you're going here. Now, if you don't see it amongst this list, like you see your Wi-Fi or your Bluetooth or flashlight or anything, mine's right here. It's the third option. It's usually the third thing that I usually need, and what I tell people is if you don't know that you have it, check. If you have a Samsung Galaxy Line phone or a Note, you will more than likely have this. But if you don't see it among here, these three little dots right here, tap them, go to button order, and this is where all of these that are your mains will be. You can have more than one list, but I try to keep only one list at a time. As you see up at the top, you'll have all of these right here, and you should be able to scroll through and find out all the buttons that you have. Now you're probably asking, if I can screen record, why am I not just screen recording? I wanted to show you physically without a screen recording. I thought seeing on the device itself would make more sense. Now, this is a Galaxy S9 Plus, so you're probably thinking, wow, this is an older Galaxy. But hey, if it works, and I'm happy with my Galaxy phone. It's still a fantastic phone to this day because I take care of it. As long as you have that on your phone, the Dex mode, you should be able to pull it up right then and there. What you can usually do is tap on the word itself where it says Dex, or let's say your AT&T or wherever it's at. Once you tap on that, it'll say, get a powerful desktop experience from your phone. Cast Dex wirelessly to a compatible TV or connect your phone with a cable to a monitor, TV, or PC. Get yourself one of these. This is a USB-C to HDMI adapter. What this little guy will do is exactly what you probably saw my computer do earlier. You plug it into this, then you plug in an HDMI, will pop right up on a TV. Just make sure Dex mode is enabled, and bam, you now have Dex on this, on your TV. Ain't that pretty cool? But still, that doesn't answer the main question of your computer. How can I turn this into that? All right, let's go ahead and do that. So make sure that your phone's obviously plugged in. That's a DUR, make sure. And then there you go. Plug it in and you're done. I'm just kidding. I've got another part of this video, so go ahead and continue watching and you'll see screen sharing and all that stuff, and you get the idea. I'm screen recording. So from here on, enjoy. So let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. The first thing you're going to want to know about is the Dex mode, and then I'm going to talk about other devices, like I've said before, like the 4-in-1 Dex station you can get, which is pretty cheap right here. Okay, well that's completely pointless and useless. So you've got different devices. You got the 4-in-1 station, which is pretty cool. I've been wanting to get one of these to see how well they work. You can get this at Walmart, of all places. It's $15, and I want one of these because it actually has a couple more things on it, but I have not seen this at... Yeah, see, it's currently out of stock, which is so stupid. I would love one of these just to see how well it works, and I could test it on my Switch. I don't know. It's got 3.0, and it's got that for charging and stuff and blah, 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 which is pretty dope. But Dex mode, let's talk about that. So go ahead, go to samsung.com/us/apps/Dex, or just type that in. Set up your phone productivity, Dex mode. Anyways, so we're gonna go back. Go ahead, get this, blah, blah, blah. It just teaches you about it, what it does. USB Type-C. Shop now. You can get these. Everybody knows where to get one of these. If you don't have one of these, seriously, just go to Walmart, grab one. It's probably the same price. You can get one off of Amazon. Get the program. You're done. So the other thing I want to talk about is the Nex dock. If you go to this website right here, Nex dock, Samsung Dex dock, or you just literally type in nexdock.com. This is a cool product, but not for the price that they're asking for, because for everything that you're seeing right here, I can get cheaper alternatives. One, you could get a way cheaper monitor from like pretty much anywhere. Now, granted, what you're looking at is portability. You're looking at what the equivalent of a notebook. You're getting a notebook that has a battery and that you can plug your phone into, and it displays this. But guess what you can also do? There you go.
Get one of these. For $130, you have a small little computer that can run The Sims 1 and a couple other small games and solitaire. It can run some emulators probably like a GBA emulator, a PS1 emulator, maybe a PS2. Don't even try a PS3. This thing would not be able to run a PS3 emulator. But you could try. Do it. See if it works. I've gotten one of these before. No, I didn't get this one, but I got another version. It was like $90, and I was able to run just one little place in VR chat to see what it would do. It worked, but I was like, this is a horrible idea. If you want to try this thing out, just buy it and just go download the software and throw it on there, and there you go. At least you still have Windows, in my opinion. But I like Samsung. Don't get me wrong. I just, Dex mode is cool, but sometimes you just need an actual computer for this stuff, even though my phone is more powerful than that thing right there. So is the next dock or the next station a good idea? It's not a bad idea. You're looking at portability and convenience more than you're looking at the price, because if you were looking at a price point and you're like, well, I could get cheaper alternatives, you really could get like a Raspberry Pi monitor for the same price of what those are, what that thing is, and well, not the same, but it's cheaper actually. Like the 7-inch monitor, and realistically, how big is my screen actually? My screen on my phone should actually, my screen's like right at like 6.5 inches, a little bit, and then it's 6 by like 3 by 6 or whatever, which is fine. I mean, I would go with that one right there. I would go with this one more than anything, but let's check the back of it real quick. Okay, so yeah, it literally does exactly what I thought it would do. This little guy would be so convenient for cool little things. So I might get one of these just to see how it works, because I have several ideas for mini monitors that I've always wanted to tinker with. Like, one of the coolest ideas I've ever had for one of these was to have it sit right on my desk, right in front of me, and I could have like the Discord chat that I have down in that monitor, or I could also play The Sims on that, which would be so adorable. IPS full viewing angle 178. Then you got one of these tiny little guys, the ViewSonic. I've not heard anything about this, so I have no idea. I would love one of these actually. It's big enough to sit on my desk. Like, I could put that thing probably like right underneath right here. It says it's 13 inches up and down, but it's actually 167. Never mind, no it doesn't. That's taller. I was thinking if that monitor was just big enough, it could sit perfectly right underneath, but if that sits as tall as I think it does, that would be too big to sit up underneath. Oh, that's adorable. It comes with a remote. Does it really? Oh, that is adorable. Oh, that is so cute. Honestly, I would just type that in probably. And realistically, I'd probably want to get this thing anyways. Let me see. What's it run off of? Well, it does exactly what I thought it would. So it does the exact same thing, and it's got a better rating anyways. It says, let me see. Aperty Raspberry Pi screen 7 inches, 1024 by 600 IPS portable. Monitor 5-point capacity touchscreen display, mini HDMI monitor for laptop. Ooh, when I get some money, I'm definitely buying one of these. It probably charges off of that, which would actually be really convenient too, because that way I could literally bring this thing, and if it's as big as I think it is and it does exactly what I think, this thing would be so useful just in general, because I could actually I could use this in my car. So like I said, go ahead, download that if you want to follow along in this video, by all means. So let's talk about a couple things I've already got open. So first of all, when you plug it into your computer the first time, open up the Dex. You're going to open up the program Dex. It may have to update, it may not, I don't know. So as you see, my Dex is set up very similarly to my actual desktop. I know there's no way you've never seen my desktop if you've been on this channel before. So let's see where that's at. Oh my god, quit it! You know what? Screw it. We're going to do it this way. I'm going to pull it up on my phone in general. Just going to let it download on my phone. Oh, and make sure not to mess up your phone when you do this. Like, if you tap that wire just right, it will mess up. I'm just going to let it download on my phone. You'll still hear it. Any game or anything you play, like if it's music-wise, off your phone directly, you sort of have two monitors right now if you want to use your phone as is. I actually have set up on my desk a mount for my phone. I just leave it there because it's come in handy so far. Anyways, so let's talk about a couple things. You saw my last video, I talked about this. Let's talk about wine real quick. we're going to start with productivity, and I think that's going to be the most useful in all this. So I haven't done much with this yet, but it is set up to do a couple things. What I haven't done, you might still hear it, Yu-Gi-Oh in the background, but let's open up wine config just so you can see what it looks like. It looks like Windows. Unfortunately, I don't really know what I'm doing just yet, and I'm still tinkering with it. I'm trying to get the Sims to figure out. I may do a long video on that, but we're trying to do some productivity first. So let's talk about productivity. So let's say, for instance, you need to do some work. You have docs. Like I said before, a keyboard and a mouse are your best friend for this. Get yourself a keyboard, say like just a Bluetooth keyboard. I have 2 Logitech keyboards, a mini one that you saw earlier, and then I've got this bigger one that also works as well, where it has 3 different settings on it, and I can press between them most of the time by hitting the FN key and then like F2. It'll pull up to my phone directly. So let's say, for instance, you got a bunch of stuff on here and blah, blah, blah. You get the point. Let's say you need to type up something. I can't type. I'm just typing really fast. It does usually do pretty well. Just it's probably because I have Yu-Gi-Oh in the background doing its thing. You know, this is a document. You can do all your basic stuff. It's just a basic document editor. What I would highly recommend is, if you do decide to continue using that, I would say get an actual office. And there are a couple good ones. Like, I think I still have King's Office. Okay, didn't Libra make one? All else fails, you know, it's pretty straightforward. I would say go to the Play Store, find yourself a good office, type in an office. You got Office Suite, Word Sheets. You got this one, that one, that one. Google Docs is pretty good. Microsoft Outlook. Google Sheets, Google Slides. Just get one, play with it. This is a good one right here. I do believe I have this. Okay, maybe I don't anymore. But that is a pretty good one. It's pretty straightforward and simple. It's just simple to use. So as for productivity, I would say this is a pretty good thing, especially if like you use your Square often. This is also pretty straightforward and easy to use. Like you see, this is all what's on my Etsy store for my tails and all my stuff and other things like that. Blah, blah, blah. You get the point. So productivity, you get the idea. It works just like you think it does. So let's go ahead and talk about media. So if you're like me, if you're anything like me, then you might have a Plex server, or you may not know how it runs, but yes, it works just like you think it does. My friend asked me to put this movie on here. You don't know how much I hate myself for doing it, but it does work. It does the job. It really depends. For my house, for some reason, this works better. I love that it's basically a Nintendo Switch. Actually, you know what? I don't think that's a Nintendo Switch. If you've seen this series, I think what he's playing on is the new, it's not a Switch. I don't think that's a Switch. I think that is that new handheld. I mean, it's not a Steam. It's not a Steam Deck. I think it's that other one that's going around. Because it looks very similar. Because the new gaming handheld that they made looks very similar to this, but it's not this at the same time. But it does the job. It does pretty much everything the regular app does. You can go to playback settings and all this stuff. So it gets the job done, and I think. But if you ever have a problem with a streaming app like this, I always recommend just opening up in your browser. It should work, in my opinion. I've done this before. And also, I like doing it this way sometimes, because it lets me see who's on my Plex server right now. My mom is almost done watching season 2, ep 21 of The Big Bang Theory. And I think that the browser does a little bit better with streaming sometimes versus the app. I don't know why it does, but that's how I've been watching a lot of my stuff when I'm downstairs in the kitchen. I have a monitor set up specifically for that reason, which is pretty dope actually, in my opinion. Media-wise, I would say, like, if you want to use YouTube Music, like this, it plays directly through whatever speakers are plugged into for HDMI, or, you know, YouTube Advanced.
Mind if I use that machine? Sorry, I just decided to finish my set now, so you'll just have to wait. You're just on your phone. I don't see you working.
You can do your basic stuff. It looks pretty decent. That's a good bit of it. Now, I know one of the biggest questions that people will ask me about it. First of all, yes, Discord works great. Discord works like any other app. I use Discord all the time on my phone, obviously, and sometimes I use my mouse and keyboard that you saw earlier in the video. and it's pretty straightforward, and it does, so you got that. It does the same thing. It looks pretty good. I know one question that always comes up, how is gaming on Dex mode? It varies from game to game, obviously, and I can't give you an exact of what game will and what game won't work. So what I say, test every game and see what you can do. GTA, for some reason, I was just playing it, and it just spun me around in a circle, but the graphics are great. Hearthstone is right here, and let's see.
Find a seat if you can.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, I just wanted to open the game. What I think is the most interesting is that this game straight up works exactly like the PC edition, and if I didn't know any better, I'm playing this on PC, like literally. These are some new things I've not seen. Oh, it's been a minute since I played Hearthstone. Hearthstone is still one of my all-time favorite CCGs. We'll come back to that later and play with it more, maybe. Well, I will. Alright, so let's try out. I'll show you what a good emulator can do, I suppose. So we'll go ahead and we'll tinker with... I just had it. What was it? Dolphin emulator? There it is. I have literally one game on the Dolphin emulator. I need to configure this and figure out how to make this properly run, because frankly, I want to get these buttons smaller. Or I would also just like to make it a little bit easier. I would like to be able to use a mouse and keyboard, because I can only do that. I can't press anything. This only proves that if my phone can run The Sims Bustin' Out for GameCube, this only proves that you can play The Sims on this. The original Sims is what I'm talking about. Look how smooth it's running. That's what's scary. I'm just doing this for just a moment, we're just gonna have it go through. Oh, because it wants me to do. No, I was just testing it. It runs smoothly. It actually runs way better than I thought. One of my favorites that I always like using is My Boy. Just gonna pull up Donkey Kong real quick. Donkey Kong again. I've been told on and off that it does pretty well, I've been told on and off that you want to change up your emulator if you use My Boy, because My Boy isn't as good. I actually got like slightly reprimanded for using My Boy. This is one of my favorite games. If you've never played it before, I absolutely recommend trying this out. This is probably one of the best mobile games I have played. shit! What happened to my stuff? Oh wow, it actually knows I'm using a mouse and keyboard. Because look, it knows it's right there. They straight up know. Oh wow, yeah, it's been a very long time since I've been on this, so... Seems like the mage has extra stuff. Oh shit, I actually didn't know that. My bad. Hold on, come on. Cool. Is it just changing my eye color? Yeah, it's just changing my eye color. Oh wow, it actually does know. Like, that's pretty fucking awesome. I used to play this game all the time. Magic Rampage is so much fun. I love that they got smart because they realized... Oh right, I got a double jump, I forgot. Like, they must have realized that this game was super popular and they were like, you know what? Yeah, let's just make it happen. I don't take fall damage, lol. Okay, we're gonna quit because I don't want to like spend the rest of this video doing this. We're already at 27 minutes, come on. But again, try different ones, test it out, see what you can do. This works and it doesn't work, I don't know. It's really janky sometimes. I haven't really tried too many different things, but I would suggest trying different things out. Again, YouTube works great. You know, VLC Media Player works great. If you're one of those people that wants to watch things like, say, the X-Men series, whatever.
Previously on the X-Men.
Why are you doing this?
Day in court, actually.
Which is pretty awesome. I need to actually go back to watching that series at some point. Frankly, I think that's as far as I can go because I want to go play Hearthstone on my computer now. And I hope that you enjoyed watching this video as well as much as I enjoyed making it. So, if you're new to my channel and this is the first time you've seen any of my videos, please go check out my other things, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and come back for more videos that I make in the future. I hope that this was entertaining. I hope that you learned a lot about Samsung Dex mode. Like I said, thanks for watching. Later!